Hello YouTube, this is Pinchy08. I know just a few moments ago I did my Atlanta airport update with all my Delta planes I've got here. And I know the 747 wasn't in the update like last month. And I know was trying to mention a few times when I said like a few times like saying this week in the airport update. My apologies for that. I meant to say like next month or last week or stuff like that, if you know what I mean. Anyway, here's the 747, which I now mentioned before was not in the airport update last week as it was month, which it wasn't this month because, after all, it is sadly retired. But it is in my collection anyway. And I know there is one on display at the Delta Flight Museum across from Atlanta Airport, so hope to take you guys some there to see that beautiful plane that used to take to the skies like never before. So, what I'm really here to do is show you all my entire Delta collection I've got so far. It's a little bit low right now because they've been getting a lot of new airplanes lately, but it's still good. And then up front over here, I got my entire Delta Connection fleet as it is right now. So we're going to take a good look at each one of these airplanes and then check out the pile of boxes I've got here for each one of these airplanes, because I hardly ever do that, show you my airplane collections with their boxes. But we're going to get started, and then we'll count the boxes later. So we're going to start off here at Delta Connection. Here's the CRJ 200 with new livery. Thank you, Aviation Blue Tech. CRJ 700, my first Delta 1/400 scale. Also, thank you, Aviation Blue Tech. CRJ 900 with the Comair 30th anniversary. And I got that from another seller on eBay. And then here's my Herpa manufactured Embraer 170. And like I've said last month, now as of this month, I know they don't operate out of Atlanta, but I like this plane. It really should operate out of Atlanta, so that's why I've decided to say that it was a charter flight. I should have mentioned that on last month's update, that it was a charter flight, because I like this plane, and I really think it should fly out of Atlanta one day. It does fly out of here in Jacksonville occasionally, going sometimes for New York flights and Boston flights. Alright, let's move to the wide bodies. Starting off with the 747. I still think it's a very nice plane. We got the 767 over here. They go from Atlanta to Europe as well. Sometimes they do international flights over the Atlantic Ocean, and sometimes they do, domestic flights. And here's the A330-300. I was going to think about adding the A330-200, but I wasn't sure about that at first. Maybe I should get that one day, because this is a 300 I found out according to the box. I don't have a 200 yet. This is a 777-200. I can't tell if it's an ER or an LR, but it's still a very nice plane, and you can fly it from Atlanta to either Johannesburg, South Africa, or Tokyo, Narita, Japan. I was wishing it would go to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, but because since I found out today that flight was going to be on the 767-300, I put it on the 767-300. Okay, now moving on to the narrow bodies. 737-700, 737-800, 737-900 with regular winglets. You can see there's a few cracks on the widget on the tail, but it's good. I ended up getting a second 737-800 by mistake, but I'm okay with doubling up on my fleet once in a while. I might be getting another 737-900 soon. This is with standard winglets. I just need to get the one with the split scimitars. And here's a 757-200. I've had this for a while. One thing probably haven't noticed is that if you look closely at this engine compared to this engine is that it's a little bit crooked, but I don't really care. I just need to add a 757-300 anyway. Here's the MD-88, and here's the MD-90. Here's the A320, and the A319. Getting another look And yeah, while I am mostly a fanatic of JetBlue and everything, of course, as we all know, JetBlue mostly has three different airplanes in their liveries: A321, A320, Embraer 190. But I do have a huge fleet of JetBlue planes, mostly because of their liveries. But as for Delta, I know they live on the same livery, but they really have a very wide variety of different planes. And yeah, this is supposed to be the connection fleet as of now. They used to have the Embraer 145, but for some odd reason, I don't know why they discontinued that plane. So all they have are now CRJs and Embraers, 170s or 175. And Delta retired their 747, and so the next planes I need for my Delta fleet are an A350, a 767-400, an A321, a 717, a 757-300, and the brand new CS-100 series coming out this month. Oh, and I forgot to mention the 737-900 with split scimitars. Definitely hope to get that very soon. I decided to put it on my bed, as you can see, because I like these white sheets. Last time they were square, but this time I've got elephants on them. And I like doing this with my big light over my planes like that. It really makes them stand out. I don't know my wood over there on my bureau doesn't, or on my desk. Yeah, you can see I am kind of cleaned up at my airport, putting it away until next month. So anyway, this is my Delta fleet and Delta collection so far. Let's see if any of y'all can count how many boxes there are as I just pan around. Alright, and there you have it. Just one more on the close-up of the planes. For those of you who don't know how to tell the difference between the MD-88 and the MD-90, this is the MD-90 right here. It's got bigger engines. You can see the two over-wing exits are a little more spaced out, and the MD-88 engines are a little bit smaller, and the over-wing exit are a little bit closer together. It's also sad that both the MD-88 and MD-90 are about to retire from Delta's fleet very soon. I liked those planes. I've never flown on the MD-90 before, but long ago, and a few times I have flown on the MD-88 before. MD-88 uses Pratt & Whitney JT8D engines, and the reason why we're retiring them is because, well, those engines are not very fuel efficient. They are powerful, but not very fuel efficient. They burn more than the 737s. So there you have it, my Delta collection, or fleet. So I definitely hope with those airplanes I announced, I definitely expand the fleet a little bit. So thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Cameron or Pinchy08 signing and pinching out.